Hello, it's been an absolute scorcher today, and like an idiot I've had to do things in the greenhouse. I brought the sweet corn out and a couple of other things that need to go in. I think it's safe enough to put them out, but I've got to redo this sweet corn cage, make it stronger and better. So that's going to be a job for another day because it's too hot. So I'm going to go home in a bit. Yeah, the sweet corn looks good. I'll come and give it a water in the morning, I think. Yeah. And at least I'm not going home empty-handed. Got some rhubarb, some salad leaves, and the first of the tomatoes. So I'm really pleased with that. 18th of May, so middle of May, and I've got tomatoes coming along, so that's good. I'm pleased with that. As Mr. Terry King would say, I'm about to have an excuse me moment. Hello. Well, it's been a fairly typical boring day the last couple of days, because all I've basically been doing is mostly weeding, but I've got a couple of other jobs done. I've brought this from the other allotment and I've filled it with what was in pots and a bit of this guinea pig bedding, and the rest of the guinea pig bedding I put into this half barrel. The bottom is open, so I didn't want bindweed coming through it, so this was the bag that had the coffee chaff in it. I'm using that to stop the bindweed coming up and contaminating this. I'll see how it goes, see if it makes a half decent compost, because I put some of the pots of strawberries and things at the bottom, then I put a layer of the guinea pig bedding, and then I had some soil and compost left, so I layered that on top of it. The celeriac is here ready to go, and I've got some other stuff around hardening off, ready to go. But the next couple of days is supposed to rain. I'll wait till all the beds have been thoroughly soaked, and then I can plant things in them. Because if you put plants in a dry bed, or when it's really hot, like we've had the heat wave the last few days, then they'll just either get sick or die or not like it. So I'm waiting till we get a couple of days of rain, and once it's cool enough I'll come in and plant those. Otherwise, yeah, it's been fairly dull, but mostly weeding and watering and nothing interesting really. But there is one bit of good news. The courgettes are doing well, so I might pick this one, and there's another big long one there around this leaf, so I might pick these two. They're not fully fattened up, but there's plenty coming on these, so I could take these. The salad bed is doing well, so I've got salad stuff here, and I've got stuff on this bed as well. I think this chard is about to go to seed. It's covering the other things, so I will get rid of this. Getting regular crops is good. This sweet corn really needs to be planted in, but I need to get the cage sorted out first. I have cleared it now. Well, that is all the stuff that the badgers tore out of the guinea pig bedding bags, so I'll have to clear this, but that's alright, that's not too bad. The weather is still changeable. A few days ago it was too hot to come in, and today I'm back to wearing a woolly hat, so that tells you. And I've got a jumper on, so yeah, it's changeable, but we're getting jobs done. I brought more things to go on. These can just sit in that cage now and harden off. I've got to sort out the sweet corn cage and get the sweet corn in, because it really needs to go in. Strawberries are doing well, and we've got some strawberries coming along. Yeah, potatoes are doing well. Figs are looking really well. I'm pleased with them. I might actually get a couple of goji berries off this year. We'll see. We'll see what the birds leave me. I've got the celeriac to plant in this tub, and I've got some courgettes and marrows and other things to plant, so I'll get on with that. This thing, I think something has been in and had a go, but I think that's an aerial assault by birds rather than badgers and rats, because I put this plastic down to stop bindweed coming up through and let this compost down, and I think a bird's been in and had a play, but if the badgers had been in, this would be all over the place, but it isn't, so pretty sure it's not them. And I'll show you the bags of coffee chaff. We get coffee chaff in these bags. This one was my fault because I caught it on the hedge as I was bringing it in. Once I've used the chaff, the plastic is not reusable, so I just cut the bottom off, split it open. This one a rat got in. I don't know what it was trying to do, but it sort of chewed that hole out of it and made a mess here. We can't reuse these bags, so this is my way of getting one more use out of them before they go to the incinerator. So don't blame me for using plastic, because it's something that would have been thrown away anyway. But yeah, well, we had really heavy rains yesterday and that's soaked right down. This was sort of dryish, but this will have soaked it right down, so all the beds and baths are nice and moist now, and I can plant into it, and the next couple of days are going to be cool, so I can transplant the veg without them going into transplant shock because of the heat. They'll still soak a little bit, but when it's cooler they don't mind quite as much. Right, before the light fails, I'd bring you an update. I've been doing some weeding and things as well, but I've got a few things planted. This tub is now full of celeriac, as is this bath that's by the Anderson shelter. I put in 2 marrows here, but this was all looking like this, so I went across and I've cleared all of that area because it was all up here, and so these are now not shaded out. Now this corner is a bit bad, but there's bits of wire and, you know, all of this stuff's around this wire. There's bits of broken glass, and I don't know if you can see it there, things like bars sticking out and all sorts down there. So I didn't dare go any further. I'll chop some more from this side, but I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right, and hopefully she might get around to clearing this bit, but we'll see. So that was something I hadn't really planned on doing. That meant that because I did that and I did some other weeding, I didn't get around to do the sweet corn cage, so I'll have to do that tomorrow. These 2 baths in the corner, that one had the garlic in, and I put in 3 courgettes on this bed. There's a spare marrow and a spare courgette. I'll see if somebody wants them. And I weeded the garlic because it needed it. This one took 5 minutes to take the net off and pull off a few weeds, and it came out right easy. This one took 40 minutes because there was all the bindweed that had come in. It's horrible stuff. You pull it and you go back a week later and it's as though you've done nothing. It took a while to untangle this lot from the bindweed, and I made a boo-boo. As I was trying to untangle, I broke the top off one of the garlic, so I thought, okay, well, this is not going to grow back, so I'll pull the garlic out and see what it's like. And it's like this. When I planted these into the holes, I think 1 or 2 of them may have been dropped in upside down, or as they went in they turned upside down. But the garlic knows what it's doing, so it's turned itself upside down and come down, even though the root was at the top. And it was growing fine till I broke the top trying to pull the bindweed off it. I was trying to be as gentle as possible, but bindweed, the top is like nylon rope, and when you try and pull it at the base, that is as fragile as anything. I'll use it. I'll take it home tonight and use it and put it in an omelette and something. I've got some courgettes that I'll pick tomorrow, so the garlic will go with that. Well, it's a scorcher of a day. The weather forecast has been pretty funny the last few days. It's kept forecasting rain when it wasn't raining and sun when it was raining. So I've not been in the last 3 days. Things have been progressing, not necessarily always in the way I wanted. The greenhouse needs a good water, especially the seedlings. They'll need watering. I mean, I watered everything on Friday, so after 3 days they'll need a good watering. And this courgette is turning into a marrow. And that's my hand. And same with this one, really. So I'll take these off for dinner. And then we've got some decent sized ones coming along. The stuff outside seems to be doing alright. We have had rain, so they've been watered. Even the celery seems happy. These half barrels are just not filling up. They're wet, but they're not filling up. Everything else seems to be doing okay, so happy with that. And job number 1 is to sort out this sweet corn cage and get the sweet corn in.